It's time for Aftermath TV. Welcome, everyone. Caroline here with Anthony Corelli, Nug, and Jimmy Corderis. We hope you're doing well. We miss you guys. We have our wins ready from this past week. And Jimmy, you're going to start us off.
Oh, me? Okay. I'm really being entertained by BAYLEY and SASHA and that combination. I think they're really starting to find their stride. I love listening to them on the mic. I love watching them in the ring. Everything they seem to be doing is connecting right now. And I know people are going to complain and say, well, you know, they're supposed to be brand exclusive and they're on all the shows. They're the women's tag champs. They're supposed to be on all the shows. And that's good right now because they are not only elevating themselves, but they're elevating the talent they are actually in the ring with. So for me, that's a win.
You know, it took Seth Rollins a while to kind of find that thing, but BAYLEY and SASHA, they're finding that groove. Yeah. You know, and I mean, they've been together for on and off for so long. You think they would have had it, but whatever, they're having it. They're getting it now, so it's good. Better late than never.
No, that's exactly what I was about to say. And I feel like there was this one turning point a couple of weeks ago. We even mentioned on the show where they were almost our fail every week, or we had a comment about what we didn't love, and now it's just like it's their personality, them on the mic. You know, they were in the ring, dancing, singing, you know, then Bliss Cross Applesauce comes out, they spit, you know, all their random accomplishments. You got the Iconics. To me, my win is overall the women's tag team division. I said a couple weeks ago, I really am looking forward to the future of this women's division. And I think that everyone, like all the female superstars, are delivering. And SASHA and BAYLEY, I feel like now maybe feel comfortable. I don't know if that was the missing piece, but they're really working well together. But all together, the women coming together in this division for me has been exciting, entertaining. I look forward to everything that's going on. And I honestly, I think it started with the Iconics. I think the Iconics like injected their personality into all of this, and then everyone's now coming together, and it's very fun to watch.
It's really neat that there was a long time where the Iconics were the only people with personality in the women's division. And when they got to be themselves, best friends that have known each other forever and kind of annoying, mean girls, all of a sudden SASHA and BAYLEY went, wait, we can do that too. And they're starting to do it just as well as the Iconics. And then Bliss and Cross can be themselves, but not be horrible jerks to everybody. And then it looks like Ruby Riott is good. If I was Ruby Riott, I'd be looking for a tag team partner to take out the Iconics. And Ruby Riott is a personality all to herself. So I like that everybody in this division is getting to show some character.
Yeah, shout out to BAYLEY for being able to take a shot. Holy smokes.
Oh, yes.
That back fist was a forearm to the face, and then the drop kick right on the button, man.
Oh, yeah, but the back fist was, you know, like, shout out to, you know, made Batman, you know, even go, wow.
Kapow.
No, but Jimmy, I totally agree with you. And that was similar to my win too. It's just nice to see. And I said, I feel like there's this one turning point for SASHA and BAYLEY. And I don't know if it's them being comfortable now or confident or really believing in their character, but they had this pivotal moment where they were able to flip the switch, where now when I watch them, I'm not like, oh, I'm like, this is awesome. So I agree with you.
Yeah, not to harp on this too much. It's like we've all said, it takes time sometimes to figure out the direction you want to go. And in the process of finding that out, there were times where you went, oh boy, you kind of cringed a little bit. Now they've gotten to the point where, by Jove, I think we've got it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. That's my bad British accent, but anyways.
That was British?
No, it was Greek, actually. Gringlish.
Nug, hit us with your win.
My win comes from Friday's SmackDown with a great wrestling match between AJ Styles and Drew Gulak in his very patriotic underpants. I really enjoyed the match, and I enjoyed the way it was called. I enjoy that Graves, they were calling out the actual moves that they were doing if you didn't know what the move was. And then I actually really like Daniel Bryan coming in via Zoom. If you're going to be at home and not be there, why not Zoom in? Why not do commentary via Zoom and add a little more to the match? Daniel Bryan's putting over Drew Gulak and saying why he wanted Drew as his coach, and him going toe-to-toe with AJ right up until the end. It was a fantastic match. It shows why Drew Gulak is one of the best wrestlers they have and why Daniel Bryan wants him as his coach. I thought it was a fantastic night on Friday.
Yeah, there's some consistencies. Every time Drew Gulak is matched up against someone who's really good, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, he shines. You know, he walks away really something to talk about. So very good for him. And coming in via Zoom, it's such a sign of the times, you know, and it's really cool because a lot of people are communicating via Zoom, and it just really has kind of increases that connection. And some people are watching streaming, so it's makes Daniel Bryan seem like one of the fans, so to speak.
No, I totally agree. I thought the match was awesome, and I think, and not to go on a different tangent, but again, it goes to show that you can have a great wrestling match that tells a good story with great action, without having to do this fireworks display, 450 twisting burning hammer phoenix splashes every 5 seconds to try and get your audience interested. You're telling a great story with two guys who can actually tell a great story. AJ Styles, you talk about evolution of wrestling. AJ Styles is the guy who has got the best tool belt in the business. He's got that old school tool belt, and he adds new tools to it, but he knows when to use those tools. You know what I mean? You don't have to just break out the new tools because you got them.
Yeah, flips don't equal emotion. Emotion's emotion. You can you can do a what do you call it? A test of strength, and if you do that right, something simple as that, you can extract more emotion than a couple backflips.
Now, for a casual WWE fan, everyone knows AJ Styles. We know him as, you know, one of the best male wrestlers in the company. What makes Drew Gulak special? Because I swear to God, every time we mention him on the show, there's a win around him. Every match that he's in, there's a win. So talk to me, guys. What makes him special? What makes him stand out?
Oh, who wants to start?
I can start. In a time when everything's changing and seems to be trendy, a guy who sticks to his guns and sticks to the basics, it's commendable. You know, so for example, let's say you're a little kid at school and everyone has to get the certain shirt, you know, like Beaver Canoe. Remember Beaver Canoe? Everyone had to have a Beaver Canoe shirt. And if you're a kid that says, you know what, I'm not going to pay triple the price because there's a name brand on it, it's tough to do that when everyone else is doing something. Maybe that's not a perfect example. But anyway, in a modern climate where everyone's trying to up games and do crazy moves, he said, no, I'm sticking to the basics and I'm going to stand my ground. And I think that is so commendable.
I think also, not only that, but also he's so fluid in his movements. Everything's, I hate to say it this way, but everything seems so effortless for him. He's just a natural, and he's developing also a personality that people are gravitating towards too. You need that combination of both. It's not just, you can be the greatest in-ring talent in the world and have, you know, your name is Block A Wood, zero personality, and people will not be invested in you. He is also showing some personality, so people are noticing him. And now while they're noticing him, they're going, oh, by the way, he's really good.
I really like that the same guy who will twist your ankle off in a crazy submission is the same guy that will do 147 panel PowerPoint presentations to get his point across. It's fantastic. He's very, very good at what he does.
Yeah, it's a different sense of humor. You know, everyone's screaming and he's serious, and everyone's all acting silly and he's the straight man, so it works.
He was kind of like that though in person too, AC, when we were doing the signings. He had this like almost funny, sarcastic personality to him. I thought he was
dry
great.
humor.
Yes, dry humor. Yeah, which is my favorite type of humor. All right, AC, your win has to deal with the return of Heath Slater, which was awesome.
Yeah, you know, I just think he's so good, and he's always left people wanting more. People know he's capable of an incredible moment, and I didn't know he was coming back, so it was really a nice emotional surprise, because I was wondering, where's he going to end up? He's a hot commodity. He cannot be left on the market that long and not be scooped up by somebody. So I don't know if there was some word that someone was looking at him, and WWE got him back or whatever. But anyway, I hope he's back. I hope it wasn't a one-night thing. And Heath Slater, baby, he's got kids.
Yeah, and we found out not quite 22, but still. You know, the one thing I love about Heath Slater is his upbeat and positive attitude. You know, you have different personalities in the locker room, and we're going to, you know, just take a peek behind the curtain here. Heath Slater has always been a positive person, even in times where, you know, things aren't going exactly his way, and maybe he was hoping for maybe something more to do on whatever it was. He was always positive. He was always upbeat. He was a positive influence in the locker room as well. You know, just a good guy, and it was good to see him back. Now, if that was his closure with WWE, that was a nice way to go out. But hopefully, like you said, AC, I hope it's just a first step into maybe him coming back. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I hope so. And the promo
I think he's on the
awesome.
3MB workout. Both Drew and Jinder got jacked when they left and came back, and it looked like Slater got jacked when he came back too. I hope he's back. I hope it's not a one-off thing. I really enjoy Heath Slater, from being former tag team champions when he was with Nexus, all the way to getting pummeled by a legend every Monday night. Heath Slater is very entertaining and a lot of fun to watch in the ring. I hope he's back.
Now, AC, you were just about to bring it up about the promo. That's all anyone was talking about online yesterday was
so emotional,
how amazing that promo was. And people were like, we almost forgot how great he is on the mic. So talk about it a little bit if you don't mind.
He never had really an opportunity to show how serious and emotional he can be on the mic, because he's so entertaining, and he can do 5 awesome things, but he's so good at one, and there's a shortage of that, so we're going to use that. I had a match with him once. It was for the kids' morning TV show thing, and the first, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 minutes was an air instrument battle, where you started off with an air guitar, and one guy did air drums, and one guy did air trumpet, and one guy did air saxophone, and one guy did air flute, and we were having an amazing time. And we came back and everyone was dying. Like, they'd never seen it anyway. So he's so good at that part. And he didn't have a lot of opportunities to show this side. But because this is a real situation, he lost his job, like, for shoot and for real. And now he's coming back, and he does have kids. And you know, when he mentions his girls, he saw him tear up. And people are, as soon as someone tears up, you're on them. You're just looking at, oh my God, this is blowing my mind. This is real. And, you know,
is real.
So it was so good, and it was well delivered. His timing was good, and he's also older now, and he's mature, and he has something to say, you know?
Awesome. We'll end on that note. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let us know what your wins was or are. Tweet us using the hashtag AskAftermath, especially at Jimmy Corderas. He loves to hear from you. And keep your eye out on everything going out on Sportsnet YouTube, because we just love talking about everything that's happening. So
tell us what your wins was.
Yeah, don't forget.